Hi, this is Jim Jordan, and today I want to talk to you about something totally new. Many of you for the last year have been getting emails from me and some videos about the events in the world, and you probably know by now how I feel about the whole COVID-19 situation. And what I want to talk to you about is a big picture today. So, from my view, what's been going on in the world is not about a health pandemic. We were told there's a health crisis, a health pandemic, and I'm not going to go into the arguments why I don't believe there is one, but I want to explain what I think it's really about. This is really about control and more centralized control over people's lives. And we can see that coming down the pike now with vaccine passports, and there's more and more control even at the political level, centralized control over our lives. And there's a dichotomy going on here. There's a centralized control, which is like more authoritarianism, more executive orders by governors, and less legislative participation. So in the monetary system, of course, there's centralized control over our resources. There's talk now about having a digital currency and then a universal digital currency. So there's more control over our lives there. And there's always an alternative. The alternative is decentralization. So the monetary system decentralization looks like local competitive currencies, decentralized cryptocurrencies, more individual autonomy between transactions between people. There's less of a third party or regulatory party taking a cut of all our transactions. In the political structure, of course, what decentralization looks like is more consent of the governed, right? What happened to consent of the governed in the last year? In my state of Oregon, the legislative branch has been silent as the governor is basically ruled as a dictator. We're also moving towards more central, even less sovereignty of the United States of America, where there's a world government forming. Basically we're participating in world structures, world political structures, where there's less consent of the governed and more rule by administrative agency and an elite. So this centralization versus decentralization covers all aspects of life. It covers agriculture. Of course, there's big agriculture trying to dominate, foods. And the alternative, of course, is local, small farmers, growing your own food, things where you have more control. And the reason this is important is that centralization leads inevitably to tyranny, suppression of freedom, and slavery. Decentralization leads towards freedom. That's what this country was founded on. That's what the United States of America was founded on. A decentralized system. Individual states having more powers, federal government having few powers. Individuals having sovereignty, power over their own lives, local control over things. In the healthcare field, it looks like what we're seeing now too in the world. Vaccine passports. One central authority deciding what is the one way to deal with this health situation versus what if there's not one size fits all. Look at the individuals that are concerned. Maybe elderly people have to be protected from a virus if it's out there, and other people just need to have better nutrition, more fresh air. So not one size fits all, but individual control over your health choices. And the area I want to talk to you about today that impacts us all is technology. So from my view, the centralization of power is utilizing technology to control people, essentially. And that happens in many ways. One way it happens is through censorship of information, where if you have an alternative perspective on things, big tech censors it, takes you off the internet, makes it painful for you to actually speak from your perspective the truth. Also, what happens is that your own devices, your own computers and phones are used to spy on you. Any of you who've seen Edward Snowden's videos and information on privacy know that your phone is used to spy on you. Every conversation you have, every video you record, every email you sent is recorded and stored in a centralized data storage facility. That's the reality. That's the way it works. It's a 24/7 surveillance device. It's not about your freedom, your phone. It's not about your freedom. It's about control. That's why you get ads that pop up all the time if you're talking about something. Just the other day, actually, I was you go to a store, and the next thing you know, you get a little a survey. How did you like your experience at Sportsman's Warehouse or Bi-Mart or wherever you were? So you're being tracked. Your phone is tracking you all the time. So that brings me to a possible solution as far as technology goes. So, and this is one solution of many solutions. So my vision is that we move towards a decentralized society where there's more freedom, prosperity, autonomy, more diversity, more opportunities. That's the world I want, not a centralized, controlled world. So what I want to talk to you about today is a phone. It's not a phone actually. It's a device, right? Okay, phone. These are not just phones anymore. These are devices. These are mini computers, basically. They're video cameras. I'm shooting this video now off my phone, which I'll talk to you about in a second. So it's a video camera. It's a search engine. It has an internet connection. It has everything. You connect your business on here. This is a key device. Everybody uses these, and they either can be used for your benefit or against your interest. So I came across a company about 3 months ago through a business partner of mine called Clear United. It's based in Utah, and they're basically a tech security company who built a operating system which has been out there for some years for computers that is private and secure. They took that operating system and put it on a mobile device, essentially, called a Clearphone. So what is it? Why is this important? Why do we need to use a Clearphone or something like this in our work to create a better world? Because phones, these devices, are used to take our information. Let me give you an example. This partner of mine that introduced me to the Clearphone told me about his good friend whose daughter went to a political rally in Washington, D.C. in January. She was there, a pro-Trump rally. And she happened to have been physically in a location where there was some violence. She was not involved in it. She's a very peaceful person. But she and her phone, her iPhone probably, was right there in that location. And she was arrested and charged with a crime. What crime did she commit? No crime. The crime was that she had her phone on her, and that phone is attached to her identity, her person. With a Clearphone, I'm going to give you the highlights, the top 6 reasons why you would consider getting a Clearphone. The first and most important pertains to this exact story. The Clearphone has what's called a decentralized identity. This phone is not in my name. It is in a 12-word encrypted code. So if she had a Clearphone on her, it could not be tracked to her as a person. It would be just a code. So it makes your identity private, right? That's number 1. Number 2, it has an operating system called ClearOS on it that ClearOS, also known as Gateway Management on the phone, blocks everything, secures everything. It's not a filter that filters out things based on certain criteria. Everything is assumed out unless you say it's in, right? That's not a filter, that's a block. No ads, no tracking, no hacking. You won't have your credit card stolen if you're surfing with Clearweb. You won't have if you in a communication with another person on a Clearphone, it's fully encrypted. Phone, if you use their signals, their signal equivalent. Phone, video, text, all encrypted. No, nothing can be taken. No using of your data for anything that can be used against you. No selling your data. All your data is sharded into thousands of pieces. It does not go to one central location like in the cloud. It goes to thousands of different storage nodes throughout the country. The Clear company also sells these storage nodes, your own cloud. So basically that data is not useful to anybody, okay? So the data is secured. Your privacy is secured. It runs on 4G signal, no 5G signal, because we know there's health risks to 5G. At least many of us believe there's health risks. Many of us believe that 5G can be contributing to respiratory and cardiovascular problems. There's evidence to support that. Either way, it's a 4G phone. You don't need anything faster than a 4G phone. It also competes, these Clearphones compete with the top-of-the-line iPhones and Androids. It's an Android platform itself, but it competes in the tech requirements of the best phones. It actually has the best camera on the market. 108 megapixel camera. My tech guy took a look at it, and he knows everything about technology. He said, this is the best camera on the market. It has a better battery than any battery, a longer lasting battery than any battery in the market. And it runs on a Helios 60 processor, so it's the fastest processor there is. There's 3 models. The 220 is the smaller one. It does not have the higher end camera. It has a little less storage. The one I'm shooting the video on now is the 420, which is about the size of a big size iPhone or Samsung. It has more storage, and it has the top of the line camera. And then there's a mega one called a 620, which is it's the biggest phone in the market. And it's in between a tablet and a phone, actually, almost. It's that big. 7.1, I think, inches diameter. And it has more storage. The same camera as the 420. So you have 3 phones basically to choose from. But the other thing that makes Clearphone fantastic is not only do you get a phone that's private and secure, and that competes head-to-head tech-wise with the top of the line of Samsung or iPhone or any of the good quality phones in the market. If you share this phone with other people, friends and family, and they also have a service plan that goes with it too, you get rewards points. You can earn money with it actually by sharing it with people. So it ends up being that if you share with a certain handful of people, you get your phone bill for free, and if you're financing the phone, you can get your phone paid off easily too. It's that simple. So the Clearphone basically is a tool to use in the movement towards decentralization. It's one tool. It's an important tool because we all have a phone. We all need it. We all have a device, let's call it, not a phone. I'll be more precise with it. A device. So those are the top reasons I think a Clearphone would be really important to have for people that are interested in more freedom, more independence, not having their data sold, not being hacked, not being tracked, and having more privacy and security, essentially. So if you're seeing this video and you got the video from me and you want more information, please contact me directly. If you're getting this video through another one of my partners, I'm sharing this with my partners, you can contact them directly to find out how you can get involved with Clear United, either to get a phone for yourself or if you want to share the phone and the service with friends and other people you know. And I think this is one step in the fight for a more decentralized society and a freer, happier, more prosperous world. So this is Jim Jordan, wishing you a wonderful day.